It's the start of a new year for the NTT IndyCar Data Series. We're here at Barber Motorsport for the start of the season. The Honda Indy Grand Prix of Alabama. Here's your race highlights with myself as commentator. Let's show you the grid then for the Honda IndyCar Grand Prix of Alabama. Starting on the inside, Pato O'Ward. Alexander Rossi starts on the outside on the first row. Row 2, Alex Plume will power alongside Dixon and Ericsson on row 3. Row 4, Romain Grosjean. We all know him. He starts on the 4th row alongside Joseph Newgarden. Row 5, Colton Herter, the young gun. Brian Herter as well. His father is now his pit crew caller as well. He starts alongside on the grid with Connor Daly. The 6th row sees Jack Harvey and the rookie of Scott McLaughlin, who the famous V8 supercar runner. Then on the 7th row, it's Ed Jones and Venus VK. Row 8 sees Simon Pagenaud and the old guard of Sebastien Bourdais, moved over from IndyCar from Champ Car all those years ago. Ryan Hunter-Reay and Graham Rahal take row 9 with Takuma Sato on row 10 alongside Max Chilton, who is only doing the road course races this year. It's okay, there's less ovals than ever. Then further back as well, we'll see Dalton Kellett, row 12, alongside James Hinchcliffe starting 24th on the grid as well. But watch out as well for row 11, Felix Rosenquist starting on the outside, but starting on the inside, the 7-time NASCAR champion Jimmie Johnson in the 48. He's classified as a rookie. It's been a long, long time since anyone has been called a rookie to Jimmie Johnson. We're getting ready for the green flag then, and when the next fade comes around, we'll be on the grid, ready for that green flag to fall to kick off the 2021 season. So they're on the parade lap then to start the procedure. They'll have a couple of these before we go green officially to start this race and the 2021 season. Yesterday was a strong day for Connor Daly in terms of the championship as well, and with Ed Carpenter Racing, he was P10. A quiet day for his teammate Venus VK down in 14th. He's also dealing with a finger injury after a recent crash at the IndyCar Open Test at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the 500. So he's got a lot of issues to go through. Here's a look at the Barber Motorsport Park in a total as well. We have 17 corners to start this race as well. The start line and the finish line are at the same place, so expect that green flag and crucially the yellow flag to come out at the same point as well. It was a small victory to Jimmie Johnson as well in the first part. He was a 10th quicker than Dalton Kellett in their qualifying groups as well, ensured the rookie to Jimmie Johnson. He starts ahead as well. He's P21 out of 24. A very strong performance for him so far at this track. We're getting ready for the start of the race then. When we come round next, the green flags will be out, the race will be on. So, the field is beginning to be bunched back up. They go 2 by 2. Pato O'Ward on the outside. Alexander Rossi on the inside. We are coming to the green flag for the start of the 2021 NTT IndyCar Data Series. They blast out of turn 17. We wait for the green flag. All 24 cars are lined up. It's looking good. And it's green here at IndyCar. Away we go for 2021. And immediately, Pato O'Ward in the Arrow McLaren. Schmidt-Peterson leads into turn 1. Jimmie Johnson's off wide as well. Takuma Sato a bit wide. All having no contact though so far. They all get through cleanly. Simon Pagenaud a little bit bumping and brawling in the brightly coloured. Oh, big slide and a spin midfield. This is going to be a big crash. Oh dear. Oh, big accident. 3 of them all getting kept up as well. And this will be a red flag. 1, 2, 3. That's Pato O'Ward has got through, but Oliver Askew in trouble as well. Yellow's out already for the caution, and no doubt this will be an immediate red flag. Jimmie Johnson has got through as well, luckily, but it's Joseph Newgarden in the number 2 as well, who is backwards. He got caught on the grass at the exit. He spun round in the middle of the pack, and a massive concertina effect happened right in the centre, and it is all gone to absolute pot. Oh, and that is, I think that's 26 as well. That'd be Venus VK in trouble. Well, and Ryan Hunter-Reay as well out at the race. The 59 of Max Chilton also out. And what a dramatic start to IndyCar's 2021 season. Let's take another look at it. So it's all Joseph Newgarden midway. Gets a little bit of a wiggle down towards turn 5 and just collects the middle of the pack. Ryan Hunter-Reay gets a big pack. Oh, and it was the McLaren going way up in the air as well with the problem. It's just a massive, massive mess at the moment. Sato, Chilton, Jimmy Johnson, Felix Rosenquist, Dalton Kellett involved, and it was Felix Rosenquist in the McLaren who went flying. And look at that as well. Thank goodness for the aero screen. But that is so many drivers already wiped out on lap 1. As I said, Newgarden, Herter, Hunter-Reay, Chilton and Rosenquist, Jimmy Johnson and Dalton Kellett were able to get through that just at the edge. There's the confirmation as well, as you can see on your screen, the changes to the positions. We have a caution out on the first lap of the season, and everyone coming back in the pit lane. Dalton Kellett, Rinus VeeKay, and everyone coming in the pit lane actually to go through. And no power steering on these cars. It was just an accident waiting to happen. Here's riding as well with Felix Rosenquist. And he just got all locked up as well and just sent it flying almost mid throughout the pack. All the cars coming through the pit lane. We've got no sign of a red flag, but surely it might just be a stoppage. If it is red, IndyCar don't like to tell us just yet. It is yellow at the moment on the first lap of 90. And oh, that's a big one for Felix Rosenquist. Up in the air. They would all feel that as well. That's the scary part of the action. That is the really scary part. So, caution out at the end of the first lap here for the NTT IndyCar Data Series. Oh, big whack. And just to cut across myself, that's the 26 car of Colton Herter involved as well. Broken front wing. Herter, Newgarden, Hunter-Reay, Chilton and Rosenquist all caught up in that. You can see on your screen. And that is going to take an enormous time to clean that mess up. Oh, I don't like the look of that as well. Reversing down the straightaway as well. One of these safety trucks reversing. And almost Romain Grosjean, who admittedly had a lucky escape at Bahrain last year in Formula 1, almost having another accident, this time with one of the track workers. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I don't like that. Colton Herter out of the race. Joseph Newgarden, Ryan Hunter-Reay and Felix Rosenquist all out. And this was why, as I said, Newgarden just getting spun round like a bottle top and just collecting several cars. A major pile-up mid-race. And that's brought out the safety car. Chilton back into the pit lane as well. He almost got away with it scot-free. But I think Chilton with a lot of damage there as well. Only 19 cars left. It's wiped out 5 cars in this race. Joseph Newgarden saying it's being out, but no, you can clearly tell Joseph Newgarden is out of the race. And everyone having a very lucky escape there on the opening lap of the race. We're under yellow here at the IndyCar Grand Prix of Alabama. And as we can see, the recovery trucks that are brilliant in IndyCar. Very quick response as well to any driver in danger. And Joseph Newgarden's car with no front wing on it being recovered. The aero screen just slightly scratched as well. There's a tarpaulin to catch anything and that drops off the car. So it's safe to bring back to the pit lane. And with suspension damage as well and side pod, that car definitely out of the race. Yellow flag still out, still flashing as well. Max Chilton, apparently, still circulating out on the track. I don't think that's true, although... no, Max Chilton's car definitely... Oh, no, I think he might actually be circulating, you know. His car transponder still working out there. 87 laps to go, then, in the Grand Prix here. Newgarden's car taken back to the pit lane. A nice aerial shot around the vicinity. So let's regroup and tell you who's where after that start crash. Pato O'Ward still leads the race from Alexander Rossi, Alex Palou, Will Power, Scott Dixon, Marcus Ericsson, P6, Romain Grosjean, P7. And last time they were on the track together, I think Ericsson hit us. Anybody? Yeah, I know that's what I'm getting. Further down the order, Connor Daly, Scott McLaughlin, P9, Jack Harvey rounds out top 10, Ed Jones, 11th, Takuma Sato, 12th, Simon Pagino is in 13th, Sebastian Bourdais, 14th, James Hinchcliffe, 15th, Jimmy Johnson, 16th, Linus VK is 17th. Graham Rahal 18th. Dalton Kellett 19th. Out of the race, Max Chilton, Colton Herter, Joseph Newgarden, Ryan Hunter-Reay and Felix Rosenquist. The driver monitors on your driver tracker, they're going red to indicate when they're in the pit lane. However, several cars still say they're circulating, so maybe Max Chilton and Dalton Kellett. We already know Dalton Kellett's back on the track, but definitely Joseph Newgarden's out of the race. Question's still out, though, on Max Chilton. Although he's come over the monitor, he's out of the race for sure. We are coming to the green flag for the IndyCar Grand Prix of Alabama. Joseph Newgarden out of the race as well. He's just talking with NBC at the moment, but we are almost set to green. Pato O'Ward leads the way from Alexander Rossi. Alex Palou and the Chimp Ganassi Racing moving across from that McLaren setup a couple of years back. And of course, it was a bad weekend continued for Felix Rosenquist. Rosenquist had a horrible qualifying as well. FP1 crash in the pit lane. Then he was spinning off in qualifying. He started 22nd. And his teammate took pole. It's not going well. We're coming to the green flag, though, out of the last corner. Green flag in the air, and the race is back underway. Great restart as well from Pato O'Ward. Very controlled as well as we go downhill towards turn 1. Jimmy Johnson at the moment in the 48 car, just having a little bit of a look-see on the inside at the moment. He was trying to pass, who was he trying to pass actually? James Hinchcliffe, who's just in front of Sebastian Bourdais at the moment. And a green flag in the air, great to see. A clean restart for everybody as we head down towards Spider's Web corner. A massive metal spider on the inside of the course. It's quite freaky to look at, but it's a joy to. Down now towards the carousel section, similar to Laguna Seca. This is the accident zone where we had just previous a big pile up. They're all making it through safely now as we jump up throughout the second part of the track. And look at there's a name drop for you. Look at Alexander Rossi, who's closing through at the moment. He's right on the back of Pato O'Ward. I'm not sure if he's using the push to pass at the moment to have a go, but coming into the last couple of corners, he's just set the fastest lap, a 1:10.266 at the moment. Shows you how much improvement they're going to be. So Pato O'Ward really has got the bit between his teeth here. He's got to really push against with Alexander Rossi. Palou's joining the battle too. It's all go here at IndyCar. We've got a spinner. And oh no, it's Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson has spun coming down the hill towards turn. Is that 17? I think it is. And it is another full course caution has come out. And Jimmy Johnson, well, the car's in a dangerous place. Maybe that's not needed as a full course caution because Jimmy Johnson is now rolling down the hill. And the NASCAR champion having a difficult adjustment period to IndyCar, it seems. Let's take a look. Now, he was battling as well up with James Hinchcliffe, and he spun and just missed the wall. Let's see, on board, coming downhill, gets the exit curb. It looks okay to me so far. Now down the... Oh, there goes James Hinchcliffe going through. Back uphill. Does he get caught in the wash? Yes, he does. Get caught in the wash and just spins it harmlessly in the middle of the track. Doesn't stall the engine, though. Will get going again. He was freewheeling it downhill, trying to restart. And this is now reacted as Felix Rosenquist has finally got back to the pit lane after that crashed car. Oh, and Jimmy Johnson has stopped the car on the entrance to one of the tracks. Now, these cars can be refired. There's, as I said, Rosenquist's car back in the pit lane as well. They're pushing it actually onto pit road. So maybe they're going to try and get Rosenquist back in this race. It's been done before if they can make the repairs behind and get him back out again. But they've pushed Felix Rosenquist's car to his pit box and it looks like they're going to change the tyres. Is Rosenquist still in the car? Not just yet. They're just getting the straps out ready to do up now. So actually, Felix Rosenquist's car has been repaired and looks like he's going to get back in this race. What will be 10 laps down, and Jimmy Johnson has been refired. So Jimmy Johnson has restarted the car after stalling. No restarters, of course, are allowed physically on this car. It has to be fired up by the marshals. But Jimmy Johnson, the 7-time NASCAR champion, has got going again. But we're under full course caution for the second time in 10 laps here. But we should be going green ASAP. Pato O'Ward leads the way. Surprised, actually. I would say, why haven't they come into the pit lane to put in some splash and dash, put in some fuel, get going again? But we've only really run, what, 3-4 laps under green flag running out of the 10? So, really, it's yellows breed yellows. Now we've got to wait for the recovery truck to get back in as well before we get going. And Jimmy Johnson over the radio saying that he was sideways and he doesn't know how it happened. He just got caught in the wake of the car in front and just spun him round. These things aren't NASCARs. NASCARs, you can bump draft off people. With pack racing, IndyCars, they get like that sometimes on the ovals, but it is very dangerous. And Jimmy Johnson is going to come into the pit lane this lap for some tyres and fuel, we're being told. So that's a strong indication that they want to go long. They haven't lost a lap, I don't think. They have, yes. They've lost 1 lap. I've now noticed on the timing monitor. Jimmy Johnson down in 19th place. He is now a lap down. He's completed 9 laps. Everybody else is completing 10 laps. Colton Herter has been returned to the pit lane. Now, that front wheel was off. I don't see that car getting back in. But if IndyCar are happy with it, they can restart. Yellow still out here at Barber Motorsport Park. And we've got cars into the pit lane. Cars into the pit lane now. Jack Harvey, Max Chilton, Dalton Kellett, Venus VK, Sebastian Bourdais and Jimmy Johnson all deciding now is the time to go down pit road. And makes sense. Some of them changed over from the alternate red tyre to the primary white tyre. Or they call it black tyre. So this is looking a very good run at the moment here, as now it looks like they're going to try and repair. They are repairing the front here of Colton Herter's car, and it's not out of the realms of possibility they might actually get him back in. He's been put into the pit lane, so Colton Herter might get restarted in this race. It's crazy if it'll happen, but I'll be very, very surprised if they are allowed to get back in the race, being 12 laps down at the moment. But these cautions are helping them time after time. So, here we go then. We're coming to the green flag. Pato O'Ward will lead them once again. Coming out of the last corner. Still under yellow flag conditions. Are they happy? Yes, they are. Green flag back out here at Barber Motorsport. And a clean restart from everyone. Simon Pagenaud running 11th at the moment in the bright high-vis colour of his car down there as well. Getting a bit in the mix of the action as well. He's got Ed Jones just ahead of him. So the Penske of Pagenaud right up the Dale Coyne Racing of Ed Jones in that restart. Everyone looking good as we head down towards Spider's Web. Rosenquist has now left the pit lane. Felix Rosenquist, after 22 minutes and 53 seconds, has restarted this race as well, as that looked to me as well. Chilton looking up the inside to get a lap back on everybody. And now Simon Pagenaud running around the outside as we head down towards the carousel section, like at Laguna Seca. Pagenaud can't get through on Ed Jones. A good restart from everybody. So far, O'Ward leads from Alexander Rossi. Alex Palou there as well, followed by Power, Dixon, Ericsson, Grosjean, Daly, McLaughlin, and Ed Jones top 10. Nobody spun, everyone back under running order brilliantly, which is great to see. We're still green here at IndyCars. We've lost our live timing graphics at the moment. It says currently no live session, and back they pop again. It's all action here as well. Cars darting left and right. A three-way fight battling at the front between O'Ward, Rossi and Palou as well. They're still very close together. Jimmy Johnson set a new personal best. 1:13.705. He's getting to grips with this car incredibly quickly. It's brilliant to see him doing so. It's only lap 14 of 90 though here, and the battle for this win is on as Rossi is closing down Pato O'Ward, who is shaking. And a reminder, they have yet to pit. The top 13 runners have not pitted so far in this race, as Rossi's getting very close towards O'Ward, but still nothing happening at the moment. Top 3, O'Ward, Rossi, Palou. So Pato O'Ward over the radio then just saying that the rear tyres are completely undrivable. He wants to get them off as soon as possible. And you can sort of see as well, he was sliding a lot before the restart as well. And in that little gap we had in the race. So it is going to be a problem as well to see if they can actually keep it on the track. And it is having another issue out there. So Palou is going to be closing in on Rossi. And Pato O'Ward's really struggling at the moment. He's downshifting big time. Simon Pagenaud comes into the pit lane for Team Penske. He now runs a lap down as well. And Pagenaud was running up there trying to pass VK and Bourdais, but he's decided to try the undercut, come into the pit lane. Here he is. He's gone off his original sticker reds and puts on a brand new alternate tyre. And this is looking good stuff for a jump for Pagenaud at the moment. And Colton Herta and Ryan Hunter-Reay might get back in this race. This is getting interesting, guys. Pato O'Ward leads this race, but the amazing news at the moment is the fact that Felix Rosenqvist gone down the track, and now Alex Palou takes the lead as Pato O'Ward and Alexander Rossi comes down pit road for their first stops of the evening. Now, this is looking a very good run as well, because they're coming in together. So now it's going to be a question of how quick are the mechanics going to be. Rossi stops first. They're all going to change over tyres as well. 4 tyres changed, 4 wheels changed, everything on both sides, fuel going in. Rossi gets out first. Where is Palou? Palou goes out ahead, and now it's getting close. Pato O'Ward exits. They're side by side in the pit exit, and it's O'Ward ahead of Rossi at the exit of pit road. That was so close. It was down to the teams as well. Very, very close. But it's Pato O'Ward in the McLaren who gets out ahead of Rossi as well. Brilliant. And Alex Palou has stayed out on the track, crosses the line and sets the fastest lap of the race, a 1:08.044. You can see it's gone purple as well on the timing monitor. He is absolutely exploding on there. So he's done 19 laps on these alternate tyres. Is he thinking that maybe we can go 2, maybe even 3 laps longer? Will Power is up into second place. Scott Dixon going for a record number of titles as well to equal AJ Foyt at the moment. It's up there in third place. Marcus Ericsson fourth. Romain Grosjean in 5th place. Connor Daly 6th from Scott McLaughlin up there as well. And Takuma Sato has come into the pit lane as well in the Rahal Letterman Racing number 30. He pits now as well. And who's that as well coming in? Chim Ganassi Racing. Sounds like they're getting ready for Alex Palou. If he does come in as well, it won't be a shocker, but it's certainly going to be a big push as well to see what's going to happen. Is he going to 1 stop or is he going to 2 stop? Sato comes out. He's put on the primary tyres now as well. And for Sato yesterday, it was the dissatisfaction for Rahal Letterman Racing. Held firmly as well in every session on Saturday. Graham Rahal and Takuma Sato, P18 and 19 respectively, they were absolutely out of it. And Palou's going another lap distance as Scott Dixon sets the fastest lap of the race at the moment on a 1:08.021. Here's Will Power, 40 years old, his 17th season in IndyCar, and he is still out there closing. He's 2.7 seconds away from Palou, who's the leader of this race so far. No sign of him pitting any time yet after 20 laps on those tyres. So we've just headed over the radio as well as into the pit lane. This is this Felix Rosenqvist? Yeah, Rosenqvist now getting ready to go back out on the track. He did come out, but he's come back in again to put on primary tyres as well. But interesting enough, Alex Palou and the Chim Ganassi Racing still circulating in the lead of the race with 68 laps to go here. But the interesting factor is we just heard that before the command was given to start this race here in Alabama, we had a power outage in the paddock. The drivers were not affected with the cars, but the team's massively affected. They've had to switch over from shore power to generator power. So now they're all running on generators. The telemetry's gone down, and the biggest one affected is Scott Dixon. Dixon currently runs in 3rd place at the moment, and he's having a very strong afternoon in P3. And now we've got a little battle brewing here in the midfield as well. Several cars side by side. And it seems to be down as well. Certainly from maybe Ed Jones onwards. And it's getting very competitive out there as well. The 14 now, Sebastian Bourdais with Graham Rahal just in front of him. As well behind Venus VK. And Ed Jones is coming down pit road. So he's dived off here. So Ed Jones pits. Alex Palou still circulating. He's done 23 laps now. He started lap 24, 67 laps to go. And this is just unbelievable, the amount of pace that he's keeping out there as well. But Ed Jones pits, taking presumably off the alternative tyre, and indeed does put on the primary tyre. And now Pato O'Ward and Alexander Rossi, the first of the stoppers out there, now running down in 14th and 15th place in the middle of this gaggle of cars. Only 2 confirmed retirements with Joseph Newgarden and Ryan Hunter-Reay. Felix Rosenquist and Max Chilton, who were involved in that start line crash, have headed back out onto the track, and we're waiting to see Colton Herta to see if he can go through. And here is the number 10 of the Chimp Ganassi Racing with Alex Palou. He's led 6 of 23 laps. He's about to lead. He's 7th. He circulates again and again, and he's not coming in. That car seems to be fueled long. It honestly does. 24 laps without a pit stop. The top 8 haven't stopped so far. That takes us down towards Hinchcliffe in your running order. And Connor Daly pits. So Connor Daly down pit road. He takes over from alternative tyres. He'll put on a new black set of primary tyres as well. And away he goes. It's a 6-second stop. 7-second precisely a stop. Not a bad run at all. He's going to drop out behind Pato O'Ward and Alexander Rossi. He drops down now to 15th place. So Pato O'Ward just been told over his radio by his communicator Tyler Key that he has got to go further. Right now, we've get into the pit lane. The number 3 of Australia's Scott McLaughlin, who was a dominator in the V8 Supercar Championship. He pits now as well for the first time today. Takes off the alternative red sticker tyres, puts on the black primary tyres as well. He's going to drop out again behind O'Ward and Rossi, but right in ahead of Connor Daly. Good stop there at the moment, although Daly might just go through. Jones down to P17. Let's see where he circulates at the moment. And McLaughlin in 14th place, way ahead at the moment of Simon Pagenaud, who's just passed Connor Daly, according to our monitors. It is lap number 26 out of 90. We have 64 laps remaining. It is all exploding here at IndyCars Alabama. Alex Palou, yet to stop, who has done an amazing 26 laps. Into the pit lane comes James Hinchcliffe. We watch along with Scott McLaughlin at the moment, 27 years old, born in Christchurch, New Zealand. He's a 3-time Australian Supercar champion. He won there 56 times. He's also been a victor at Bathurst as well. That's a great racetrack to win at as well. I know some of our regular viewers who also live in Australia absolutely love Bathurst as well. But right now, we've got lap 27 and no sign of Palou pissing just yet. He's extending his gap now over to power to 5.863 of a second. Hinchcliffe in the pit lane now for the first time. And after 31 laps, Alex Palou finally comes down pit road. This has been a long time coming. He's done 1/3 of the race on that tank and those tyres. He's been helped out by 2 cautions at the moment and an early pit stop from the other two of the other two of Pato O'Ward and Alexander Rossi. Long stop, puts on the primary tyres, the black walls, long fuel as well. This now gives the lead to Will Power. Scott Dixon into second place at the moment as well, followed then by Ericsson, Grosjean, Rahal Bourdais. Then it's Palou now coming out P7. Can he get ahead of Jack Harvey? Yes, he can. And that is a great news as well. He's kept ahead actually of Jack Harvey, but he's lost a position maybe to Venus VK. Yes, he has. Palou 8th, VK up to 7th place as well. But Jack Harvey's right on the back. He's on hotter tyres, move on further back as well. Pato O'Ward going past Dalton Kellett, and he's got through. So now O'Ward is P10. Dalton Kellett down the order into P11, and now we're seeing them come in. Scott Dixon, I think, is coming down. Chimp Ganassi Racing getting ready, a double stacker. Marcus Ericsson getting ready to come in. Now we're seeing the first pit stops of the race that was actually meant to happen. It's getting nice. It's getting tense. It's getting close here at the moment in IndyCar. 33 and 90. Dixon pits. Ericsson pits. And they're going to drop right down the order. This now gives advantage to Will Power. Grosjean hasn't pitted either. Grosjean's going to go to P2 at this rate. Dixon going long fuel. Gets a push away as well. He's put on black primary tyres. Everyone putting on black primary tyres. But Dixon as well was the surprise there. He had such a hard push as well. So much fuel pumped in as well. Gallons and gallons put in, or litres as well over there, of fuel. Or if you're watching in America, gas to get going. And he's rejoined the race now. Scott Dixon in 11th place. Last year's champion looking to make it a record equaler. It could be an interesting one. The race has been fun so far. We're just past 1/3 distance. Will Power pits. Will Power now from race lead pits. Romain Grosjean comes in too. Dixon has gone through, so Dixon takes the lead. And no, Rahal takes the lead. Dixon's dropped down to 7th, so what am I on about? Rahal now leads the race. Will Power has pitted. Can he get out? He had the advantage. He had the gap. Timing monitor's having to work out as well. 51 of Romain Grosjean now in. Come on, Romain. You should know how these pit stops work. Will Power leads. He's got 6.292 second advantage to Graham Rahal. We're watching the battle at the moment between Alex Palou and Pato O'Ward. Arrow McLaren Schmidt-Peterson versus Alex Palou's Chim Ganassi Racing over the crest after Spider's Web back up as well. And I think they're going to officially retire Colton Herta's car from the race because he's now, 33 laps down. We've been racing for 48 minutes so far. And now look at this. Alex Palou trying to go right round the outside. He's actually caught up with the number 12 at the moment, which is not Will Power. Rossi now in a battle. We watch Alexander Rossi. Oh, he's up the inside. Late manoeuvre. Rossi goes through. Down at turn 17. Sweet move on the inside. So Rossi now runs P6. Will Power now runs P7. Good job. Push, push. The issue given over the radio. A strong performance and a strong race coming up here. And I'll tell you one thing as well. We cut back now to the front battle between Pato O'Ward and Alex Palou. Pato O'Ward looks to the outside. Alex Palou's going to hold the inside line to defend down at Spider's Web. Pato O'Ward sweeps round the outside, but he hasn't got the drag. He's going to try and hold it on the outside line. It's still side by side up the hill towards turn 6 and 7, and he's got through. Pato O'Ward effectively takes the lead of the race away from Alex Palou, and the McLaren, who's starting on pole, leads again here at Barber effectively. Yes, he is P4, but he has the net lead of the race. Bourdais leads from VK, then it's O'Ward in 3rd place. Bourdais has set the fastest lap, and Jack Harvey is coming down pit road. So Jack Harvey coming in, Pato O'Ward looking strong. It's all the matter of timing here at Barber. But Pato O'Ward effectively with the lead of the race. Scott Dixon running in the lead. Sebastian Bourdais comes in down pit road, as does Venus VK. Pato O'Ward effectively now does officially take the lead of this race. So, 24 runners, Pagenaud pits, Bourdais, VK, Kellett, Pagenaud, all down pit road as well. They're flashing red. Felix Rosenquist also pits for Arrow, McLaren, Schmidt-Peterson. And now this drops Bourdais out of the top 5. Yes, 6th place now goes Bourdais. VK goes 7th at the moment as well. They all filter back through. Pato O'Ward leads here at Alabama by 2.7 seconds. Here's Pagenaud. Now off go the sticker reds. On go primary black tyres. A lot of fuel going in. Only lost 7.3 seconds. Not so much for a green flag pit stop as well. After 2 cautions early on. This race running. Green flag at the moment. Side by side action again. Bit of Chilton there. This is Scott McLaughlin having a go further back as well on Venus VK. And McLaughlin passes VK. And Pato O'Ward sets the fastest lap of the race, a 107.130, a very strong time. And looking very quick. Here's your race leader, Pato O'Ward, on lap 39 of 90, 52 laps to go. Into the pit lane comes Jimmy Johnson, turns off the red alternative tyres. Goes on to primary blacks, if I can get my words out. Back down towards pit exit now. Pato O'Ward leads. Alex Palou second. Alexander Rossi is third. Will Power fourth. Scott Dixon fifth. Marcus Ericsson sixth. Sebastian Bourdais seventh. Graham Rahal eighth. Scott McLaughlin is ninth. Venus VK is 10th. Connor Daly 11th. Takuma Sato 12th. Ed Jones 13th. Roman Grosjean running in 14th. James Hinchcliffe 15th. Jack Harvey 16th. Dalton Kellett is 17th. Simon Pagenaud 18th. Jimmy Johnson after that pit stop coming out in 19th place. Then Max Chilton back on the track, only a lap down in 20th. Felix Rosenquist 10 laps down is 21st. Out of the race effectively, but hasn't been confirmed yet, is Colton Herter, but definitely out of the race for Joseph Newgarden and Ryan Hunter-Reay. And at the moment also, we are seeing Max Chilton come down pit road. And I'm just waiting to see Colton Herter's car. It's not officially out of the race just yet. Pato O'Ward leads the race here at Alabama. And the car looking very planted on the track as well, I might add. It's very good. Sounds like a very stereotypical thing to say, but we're coming up on 50 laps to go. 55 minutes of this race has elapsed. And it's working. It's honestly working. And Pato O'Ward comes into the pit lane then for the second time today. He's going to take off the primary black tyres. It's been about 20-odd laps on those tyres. He was helped in the first stint when he was on alternate reds because of the cautions that came out. So now he said, do you want any changes over the radio? He was asked, do you want any changes to the front wing? He said, no, absolutely not. Tyres go back on now as well. A lot of fuel, 7.2 seconds. He puts on primary black tyres again. Another long stint going on then. Alex Palou takes the lead at the Grand Prix of Alabama from Alexander Rossi P2. And Pato O'Ward is now up to third. And Scott McLaughlin P11 at the moment. Oh, trouble for McLaughlin coming out as well. A bit of a sloppy stop, but keeps it okay. And McLaughlin, a 6.9 second stop for Team Penske, is dropping down the order, but he's going to come out right about in front of Dalton Kellett, maybe. No, it's going to come out in front of Dalton Kellett. Now we're going to see if Rossi's going to respond to Pato O'Ward pitting from the order. And Colton Herter has just gone back on to the lead lap. So Colton Herter, I think, is running on the track. He's been returned on the monitor. And yes, Colton Herter is now out on the track. They have managed to get that car repaired. It's taken them 44 laps, but he's in. Okay. Black black primary tyres going off. Black primary tyres brand new going on for Alexander Rossi. Quick turn of front wing on both sides. See, 7.3 second stop for Rossi for his number 2 stop as well. This is going to drop him down several of the positions at the moment. But yeah, through goes Dixon. Ericsson goes through as well. And yeah, O'Ward, Bourdais. And there goes O'Ward. So yeah, Rossi's been affected by that big time. Alex Palou leads from Will Power. Scott Dixon, Marcus Ericsson. Pato O'Ward goes through, followed by Bourdais as well. And that's a problem. Is that Pato O'Ward? Pato O'Ward got forced off there by Sebastian Bourdais. And O'Ward was in trouble there, down at the Spider's hairpin, Spider's Web, turn 5. But he's got going again. But O'Ward tried to do the undercut, and it wasn't working for him. He's now been left through on VK as well. All sorts of drama happening at the moment. They had to just adjust to see what was happening in front. But 46 laps to go. We are past half distance right now of this race, and it is all go. And this is what happened. Dixon. So this is Sebastian Bourdais lunging at the inside of Spider's Web. And that is an unlapping as well. And that is hitting off Pato O'Ward. Graham Rahal goes through. Bourdais now moves up to P5 as well, but a very unsportsmanlike move as well. A complete dive bomb up into turn 5, locked up as well, rammed into the side of O'Ward, and there'll be words post-race about that. Graham Rahal goes through, but Pato O'Ward now falls down to P7. He's only got VK separating him and Rossi. Alex Palou, once again though, for Chip Ganassi Racing leads as we're at half distance now of the Honda Grand Prix of Alabama. And over an hour now has passed in this race. We are at half distance. Alex Palou brilliantly leading this race at the moment, followed by Willpower, Scott Dixon, Marcus Ericsson and Sebastian Bourdais now the top 5. Still several pit stops still to happen. Most notably now as James Hinchcliffe comes in from P11. And he's going to drop down a couple of positions here. He's only got 8 seconds to Jack Harvey. So Hinchcliffe very much will be under warning orders at the moment. And sweeps up throughout towards the Spider hairpin at turn 5. Drops down the hill as well. We're now riding with Sebastian Bourdais. Racing uphill. And right now as well, VK is under pressure. VK's attacking Palou. And we're seeing VK having a battle here with Pato O'Ward. The gap 0.7 of a second between them. James Hinchcliffe leaves pit lane. And here we go. Look at this. Pato O'Ward's got caught out down towards the slipstream. And through goes Venus VK in the 21 Ed Carpenter Racing. And now coming through the last couple of corners. And Pato O'Ward's going to be angry about that one. He's trying to look back for a way through. VK at the moment still in position ahead. Shocking here at the moment as we ride now with Pato O'Ward. He feels like a turtle. He's saying over the radio. He says the tyres, his race engineers coming over saying that these tyres are still coming up to temperature. It's going to take them a while to go through. And this is getting embarrassing right now. There's a long stop as well for Pato O'Ward, who slides big time coming through Spider's hairpin. The Spider's web corner. So that is now dropping down and down as down. 0.6 seconds, and he's gone a little bit off the gravel there as well. O'Ward taking liberties with track limits, certainly pushing as much as he can. 37 laps to go then. Here we're on board with Jimmy Johnson, who is currently running down in 19th place, a full lap down on where he was after that spin early on that brought out the second caution so far. Only 2 cautions way off the track this time. A little bit of off-track excursion there. That would have frightened the life out of him at the moment. I'm sure he's done worse in NASCAR. In fact, I know he's done worse. I followed him in NASCAR for a time as well. There's the number 10 running around on the circuit at the moment of Alex Palou, the race leader for Chimp Ganassi Racing. Ryan Hunter-Ray and Joseph Newgarden, the 2 cars officially out of this race. As well, Colton Herter. I think Colton Herter hasn't restarted just yet. He did, didn't he? Yeah. 25 laps down at the moment. 36 laps to go here at the track. Everyone just racing on, continuing pushing as much as they possibly can. And I know everyone seems a bit happy-slappy at the moment as well. They're just continuing to push round. No one at the moment really pushing hard. The top 3, Alex Palou, Will Power and Scott Dixon. Marcus Ericsson's 4th. Sebastian Bourdais is 5th. Graham Rahal P6. Look at Pato O'Ward, the pole sitter. O'Ward really down the order at the moment. But Scott McLaughlin is P13 in the Team Penske number 3 car. And it's not something that will leave Penske Scott McLaughlin feeling unhammered about, but qualifying P12 for only his 2nd ever IndyCar race. Of course, he ran the last race of the season back at St. Petersburg 5 months ago. In fact, thinking about it, it was the 25th of October. I know that because it's still written on the whiteboard. That's just behind the commentary monitor written there as well. So Marcus Ericsson has pitted from 4th place as well. He's put on a brand new set of black primaries with 30 laps to go. That could be his last stop of the afternoon. Alex Palou over the radio just now has been told when you come into the pit lane, do not use push to pass. So that is going to be strong. And Alex Palou's coming in now. This is going to give the lead of the race to Will Power, who I think is also going to stay out. Yes, Will Power takes the lead. Scott Dixon's coming in as well. So it's going to be a race down pit road for these 2. So now here's Alex Palou. Takes off the black primaries, puts on new black primaries as well. It gets another change to the front wing. A lot of fuel being put in. It's a 7.6 second stop. At the same time, Scott Dixon comes in. Off go the primary blacks. Brand new set go on. There goes Alex Palou going by as well. Dixon a lot more fuel, 7.3 seconds, 3/10 faster. And away goes Dixon now. And Palou filters out, well, it's now Power, Bourdais, Rahal, Dixon. Dropping down the order. Palou has dropped down to 7th. Dixon, I think, will drop down a lot further when he shows in P4 at the moment. So I'm looking on the order. But where he is, Dixon's showing P4. I don't think he is P4 at the moment. I can tell you that right now. So change over as well. Dixon drops to 9th on the board, as well as Will Power is looking to come in the pit lane, and he is now. So Will Power very nearly to the front of the field, chopping the board off. And the pit entry comes in. So Power pits, and also Graham Rahal coming in as well. Rahal was P18 and 19. Rahal 18th, Sato 19th in the race, so they're going well so far. Sebastian Bourdais takes the lead of the race. Power changes over to new black primary tyres. The black primary seem to be the favourite tyres here. What's the pit stop time? 6.9 seconds. Not a lot of fuel going in. Here comes Graham Rahal now. Black primary's going on as well. And in comes Romain Grosjean. Grosjean now in as well. The rookie in IndyCar, but experienced Formula 1 driver Alex Palou has got out ahead now of Will Power. That was the crucial thing. So it's now going to go down to Alex Palou, who's got the biggest advantage. He's come out P5. Power's P6 at the moment. Dixon P7. So Power slots in between those two nicely. He's got ahead of Dixon. He jumped Dixon in the pit lane. Grosjean and Harvey now pitting. Grosjean 15th. Sato 13th. Harvey 14th. All action so far here in IndyCar as we wait for Bourdais. Bourdais could come in. Power looking strong. What a race here. And Sebastian Bourdais has come down pit road. Venus VK takes the lead here at the Grand Prix of Alabama from Alex Palou. And then we get Will Power across the line as well. Sebastian Bourdais saying P3. The timing screen's yet to update. We're on board with the Scott Dixon now, the 6-time IndyCar champion. Last year's champion as well. Swoops downhill. He's chasing after Will Power. We've got the order. VK leads from Pato O'Ward, Alexander Rossi, Alex Palou, Sebastian Bourdais, Will Power out there at the moment. So Pato O'Ward goes back towards the front. VK coming into pit lane now as well. It's all action at the moment as, that's the luckiest bird in the world, flying right in the middle of the track and almost getting collected by Sebastian Bourdais. Pato O'Ward started this race on pole. He's now got the lead back as well. And Alexander Rossi goes second. Venus VK comes into the pit lane. James Hinchcliffe and Jimmy Johnson also pits as well. Good clean starts from everybody. And now can VK come out ahead? No, he can't, because through goes Power, Palou and Dixon. So they're dropping way, way down the order on the field right now. Pagano in the pit lane as well in the 22. Jimmy Johnson in the 48's pitted as well. And into the pit lane comes Pato O'Ward. So Pato O'Ward pits with 25 to go. And that's going to change the leader back to Alex Palou. We watch with him now. There's the Chip Ganassi Racing going through. So Alex Palou will take the lead of this race away from Pato O'Ward. The Mexican pits for Aaron McLaren, Schmidt Peterson. Chip Ganassi Racing's Alex Palou continues. Primary goes off. And new black primaries go on. A lot of fuel going in as well there for Pato O'Ward. And he has now taken the lead. Alex Palou leads here at Alabama from... Dixon's gone through as well. So Ericsson coming out. And just Pato O'Ward gets out ahead of Marcus Ericsson. So O'Ward comes out 4th. Ericsson 5th at the moment. And how much he's going to have it, because O'Ward's just come out of the pit lane. Marcus Ericsson's all over him as they head down to turn 5 at Spider's Web. Trying around the outside as well. Pato O'Ward's on brand new cold tyres. Marcus Ericsson slips up the inside and says thank you very much. The two Chip Ganassi cars working together at the moment as well. Through, and that's Ericsson and Dixon working together, but through as well, as now we see Pato O'Ward drop down from 5th place on the board. Brilliant stuff. Having way too much fun up here in the commentary box. NBCSN just went to an ad break as well with New Kids on the Block. You've got the right stuff, and it was dancing along. It's hard not to at the moment as there's moves going on left and right at the moment as well. Down the field, the two Chevys making a little bit of a battle. Well, there's a number of Chevrolets. It's not really helpful for you out there, is it, at the moment, to bring you that information. It is Connor Daly in the number 20 and James Hinchcliffe in the 29 car making manoeuvres out there on the circuit as well. They're getting a bit feisty as well. Takuma Sato is closing in on Scott McLaughlin, and Sato is getting ahead, and Sato's past McLaughlin out there on the track. It's all kicking off here in Alabama. Big kick of dust up there as well from somebody at the back half of the track coming out of turn 11. We ride now with Scott Dixon running in third place. Now, this time last year in the opening race of the season, Dixon took the opening 3 races of the season. He did 1, 2, and 3. And he's not looking to do so now. 1 at Texas, 1 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and then 1 at Road America. Failed to win the 4th race at Road America last year, though. There's your running order. It is Alex Palou leading the way from World Power, Scott Dixon, Marcus Ericsson, Pato O'Ward, Sebastian Bourdais, Venus VK, Graham Rahal, Alexander Rossi's dropped to 9th, and Romain Grosjean in 10th. At the moment, a pretty decent race for Grosjean out there. Chilton was in the pit lane for 50 seconds. He's now come back out onto the track. It's looking good here so far at Alabama. 20 laps to go. Oh, and the dust that was kicked up a couple of laps ago that we noticed as well came from Pato O'Ward, but that's making no difference. O'Ward sends it up the inside of turn 5 on Marcus Ericsson. So that capitalises on the move that was made a couple of laps ago. So Ericsson down to 5th, O'Ward now to 4th. They used push to pass on that. O'Ward's only got 8 seconds left with 7 laps to go. Marcus Ericsson has 78 seconds left of push to pass. So it's all going off there at the moment. 16 laps to go then here in this race. We're watching as Marcus Ericsson's beginning to fall back into the clutches of Sebastian Bourdais. Alex Palou still leading this race. Pato O'Ward, despite going off, just did a great overtake on Marcus Ericsson, as I said. Here is Alex Palou. 2.096 to Will Power. At the moment in the standings, they are still rapid out there as moves going on further back as well. And that's just for lapped cars as well to get out of the way. Palou's right in the middle of all this battle as well. Lapped cars getting out of the way, as they should. It's Colton Hertek moving out of the way as well. Blue flag's a wave. 16 to go. My money for this race, I think, would be on Alex Palou. He's been the most dedicated so far. The only Spanish winner in an IndyCar Series was Aurea Servia. Won it back at Montreal about 16 or 17 years ago. So Aurea Servia, the only Spanish winner in IndyCar. Can Alex Palou become the second? New fuel number to Alex Palou is 3.6, so that must be positive on the Delta. Shouldn't have to stop again. Saying that, Felix Rosenquist, who's already 10 laps down, pits 10 laps later than everybody else, so he comes in now for Aaron McLaren, Schmidt-Peterson. Not a great race on debut so far as well. Oh, for action going on here as well, finally. Marcus Ericsson in the number 8 car for for Chip Ganassi Racing Sebastian Bourdais for the AJ Foyt Enterprises. They're very close together on the track. 0.3 of a second separating them in that. It looks a lot closer on the screen as well. Bourdais was almost going for a move on Ericsson mid-corner. Didn't work out that way in the end as they dropped downhill towards the chicane areas now at the back half of the track through 9 and 10. Chilton back out on the track now in 20th place. All good with 14 to go here. We're just seeing a replay on the monitor of Venus VK's big accident he had at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the open test, as I alluded to earlier on in the program as well. And he's racing with a broken finger. And he's in P6 at the moment. He has done an amazing job in this race. young Venus VK and Ed Carpenter Racing. Top-notch job with 9 laps to go. Alex Palou still leads from Will Power and Scott Dixon. The gap, though, between Palou and Power, 1.995 at the moment. It is getting close. It is getting tense. Watch out for Rahal versus Ericsson. Their gap, 0.6 of a second. It's all bubbling nicely to the top for the end of this race. Now, at the moment, we've got 6 laps to go here at Alabama, and it is getting very tense out here. Alex Palou has got 1.2 seconds at the moment to Will Power. Power, who had 104 seconds of push to pass, has just used 6 seconds worth. He's now on 99 as well. You allowed 6-second bursts of the push to pass activation, and he's closing the gap. Palou responds, uses another 6 seconds. He's down now to 51. He's using it again. 5 laps to go here at Alabama. Alex Palou looking to win his first race in IndyCar and to do it ahead of 2 of the best in the business in IndyCar, of Will Power and Scott Dixon. Certainly would be a way to go. Chilton and McLaughlin, new setting personal best lap times. But it is Pato O'Ward with the fastest lap on a 106.818 at the moment. The race for this championship battle is on. It's only round 1, and it's Palou versus Power already. The gap 1.2 seconds with 5 to go. White flag is given. The last lap of the Honda Indy Grand Prix of Alabama. We've got Alex Palou and Will Power separated by about 1.2 seconds. Added into that, we've got Scott Dixon and Pato O'Ward coming up there as well. Power has now really starting to use all of his push to pass as well. He's got Simon Pagenaud, though, closing as well. Pagenaud is battling with Jack Harvey in 11th and 12th place as well. It's still closing out there. It's still close as well. And Palou is going to win here at Alabama. 1 second, 1.022 now at the moment. Power's using all his push to pass. He's literally just on the button non-stop. It's now less than a second. The gap, 0.9 of a second at the moment as they sweep through the last couple of corners. Palou's got traffic as well. It doesn't matter. For the first time in 16 years since Oriol Serva did it, back in Montreal, Alex Palou exits the last corner, takes the checkered flag, wins the season opener in Alabama. Does the donuts as well across the line. Alex Palou wins his first ever race in his career of IndyCar. Will Power is second. Scott Dixon comes home in 3rd place, followed by Pato O'Ward and Sebastian Bourdais, the top 5. What an absolute fantastic finish at the line. Venus VK, Graham Rahal, Marcus Ericsson and Alexander Rossi in 9th. Romain Grosjean comes home P10 as well. What an absolutely fantastic race. And what absolute deserved to Alex Palou. His first win in IndyCar and the first Spanish driver in 16 years to win the race. Still battling though on the lead lap here. This looks to me like it's going to be Scott McLaughlin. They're battling with Takuma Sato. Sato ahead of Scott McLaughlin to the line. And Sato for Rahal Lenneman Racing finishes across the line P13. Scott McLaughlin 14th on the line as well as they take the double checkered. Marcus Ericsson has stopped on the track as well. He can hardly believe it. What a fantastic race result here at the Grand Prix of Alabama. Our second ever Spanish winner in the history. Oriol Serva the last to do it. Alex Palou wins the Grand Prix of Alabama. Second is Will Power and Scott Dixon third. What a great start to the season. So here's the results then from the Honda IndyCar Grand Prix of Alabama. Alex Palou takes victory from Will Power second and Scott Dixon finishes third. Pato O'Ward is P4 along with Sebastian Bourdais P5. Venus VK P6 as well. Followed then by Graham Rahal, Marcus Ericsson, Alexander Rossi and Romain Grosjean finishing in 10th place. Jack Harvey was 11th. Simon Pagenaud was P12 on the board. Then it's Takuma Sato, Scott McLaughlin finishing 14th. The first IndyCar race he's actually finished. finished. Then it's followed by Ed Jones, Connor Daly, James Hinchcliffe, Dalton Kellett, Jimmy Johnson, P19, and then Max Chilton, Felix Rosenquist. Out of the race, we saw Colton Herter, Joseph Newgarden, and Ryan Hunter-Ray. 56 laps were led by Alex Palou, 4 by Will Power. Pato O'Ward led 25, 4 for Sebastian Bourdais and Venus Vique, leading also just 1 lap in the end. A fantastic race then here for the season opener of the Honda Indy Grand Prix of Alabama. IndyCar completed. Join us next week when we go for round 2 of the season. Thanks for your company here for all of the watch-along highlights. We hope you enjoyed the first race of the year. Bye for now.